Okay, hello everyone. I have 3 different screens that I am looking at right now. Welcome, we are here at Latitude Talent Studios. My name is Sophia Guchinoff and I am a working actor, performance artist, comedian, and model here in New York City. We are here in beautiful Midtown on 8th Avenue and 37th Street. And today I'm going to be talking about acting as a business. Hello everybody. And building a resume, which is very important because everyone thinks that acting is actually just to do with your looks, to do with your talent. But I mean, yes, of course it has to do with that, but a lot of it has to do with the business, which people don't understand and they don't have any guidance for, and that is why I'm here. So I'm just gonna tell you a little bit about myself. So I am an actor. I went to college at Marymount. I got my BFA in acting. Also studied neuroscience because I'm a weirdo. Yep. I've been doing a lot of hosting. Haha, hello. I've been doing emceeing. I've been doing some print modeling, fitness, comedy. I have a web series that I made myself called How to New York. It's on YouTube under the Tadpoles How to New York, about how to be a New Yorker, which is great because everyone needs to know that. I also have a few other web series. Recently working on a new project. It's going to be a performance art piece in person called, I don't know what it's called yet. It's about body paint and body image with men and women, because people think that women only have body image issues, but it's actually men too. So that's who I am. Obviously I'm here, Sophia Guchinoff, here I am. And I'm gonna get started. So of course we have beautiful sirens of New York, you know, city never sleeps and never stops, just like me. What? Okay, so I'm gonna talk about the resume. So this is my resume, as we can see. We have a small picture, my name, my contact info, phone number, stats, height, weight, my eye color, my hair color, and my website, and any kind of little kind of logos that we should have. So my resume looks long, but it's actually has the most important things. And as you build your career, it's really important for you to take credits off that no longer serve you and keep credits on that are relevant. So if you did something maybe in middle school, that's cool, but if you're like 23, nobody cares. But that's okay because if you don't have experience, there is ways to get around that. So I actually don't have this one category called representational roles on my resume, but it's really useful for people who don't have experience. If you've read a play or you have been in a short film or something, or if you read a play, a well-known play, and you really think you'd be great for that role, but you haven't played it yet, you haven't done the show, you can write representational roles and you can write the name of the play and the character name. You don't put any kind of production because you weren't in it, so don't act like you were, don't lie. That's not good. People can find out everything, especially with social media now, like your social security number is probably on Google. Sorry to break it to you, but it's true. So representational roles, very important. So I'm gonna show you more about the resume and I am going to show you the computer. So please hold. Okay, here we are on the computer. Okay, so here we are, right? So we have the name. This can be in a header format. The phone number, as I said, the contact info. And people like to say that they don't want to have your height or your weight. Now the thing is about the weight, unfortunately in the industry, it's important to know how you look. And if you're 5'1", however many pounds, it gives someone a visual of how can then picture you. So it's not really to do with someone being a certain size, it has to do with visualization. So don't take that personally and just make it look accurate, because some people look different when they're a certain weight, and just however people see you, you can put that. So it doesn't have to be like, because you might be built bigger or whatever, or smaller. So the categories that I like to go by are film, TV, as we can see, theater. Hosting is specific because I just have a few hosting things. I actually have too many hosting things where I don't list them, and I do this thing, I'll make this bigger. I do this thing called list available on request, because it's just too much to write, and my other roles are actually more important to me as an artist. We have the training. The training is actually really important. So if you don't have any credits on your resume, you need to at least have some kind of training credits, because it's important for you to have, for people to know that you're taking the industry seriously. So I have my college, and then in bold, because that's important, that I spent 4 years and lots of student loans to go to college for acting, which I don't regret, just saying. I am happy that I did that. I just want people to know that I'm serious about it, which is important. Of course, we have the workshops that I've taken since graduation, which are very important also, and any kind of apprenticeships and all that kind of stuff. So, and then special skills. And then if there was a film that you did, like right here, that was in an award or a festival, you can put that as an asterisk. So I'm gonna put this back, please hold it. Put you back right here, okay. Hello world, how you doing? Okay, so, important things. So people do it's very subjective. The business is a business of opinions, as we know. So people can tell you, oh, you don't put this, you don't put that. But this is just my one opinion. You don't have to listen to it, but it might help you, guide you in certain ways. So that's just me. Okay. So I have the name of the project on the column that's read quick, the left to right. So I have this web series I'm doing called Homies. I am playing a character named Julie. Now, nobody knows who Julie is, and nobody knows the web series yet because it has not been seen yet. It's still being edited. So with film stuff, since people can't really look up plays and get to know the characters, you can write lead, supporting, which I have, so people know if I'm a supporting or a lead, you know? So that's there, and then I have the production company on the right-hand side. I think production company is most important, not necessarily director. So here's the thing, if the director is more well-known than the production company, you can put the director's name. If the production company is more well-known than the director, put the production company's name. But as a whole, you want to keep continuity, just like editing. You want to keep it, pretty same. So you want to have either production companies, all production companies, or all directors. So you can make a choice. I have production companies for me, and then if it's someone that I really think is a really big deal as a director, I'll put them also with the production company because I think it's just like, okay, they need to tune in for this. So yeah, that's that. And then for theater, you can put the character's name because people can look it up. So if I played Blanche Dubois in A Streetcar Named Desire on Broadway, then I would write A Streetcar Named Desire right here. I would then write Blanche Dubois, and then I would write whatever company or director it was. Okay, so that's a different thing with the theater. But for other things that I've devised, I do a lot of devised theater, make my own work because I'm all about employing yourself. Because remember, in no other industry does anybody wait for a job except actors. Isn't that hilarious? It's just hilarious. People are like, oh yeah, I'm waiting for an audition. It's like, oh, okay. So do corporate 9-to-5ers, finance bros wait for jobs? Because no. They go to interviews and they put themselves out there. And that's what actors need to understand. Acting is a business just like any other business. And you need to put yourself out there like everybody else. And you need to employ yourself. You need to keep yourself working. You need to make sure people know that you're working. And you need to keep yourself busy. Because otherwise, you're gonna get depressed. You're gonna be like, I'm not getting cast. What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you. You're fine the way you are. The Oscar Wilde quote, you can only be yourself. I don't even know the quote, but it's a great quote. It's like, everyone else is taken except you. You're uniquely yourself. Like, even if someone looked exactly like me, they're not me. And they're not you. Important things for us to understand. So, anyway, that's what I was saying. So, for the devised work that I've done myself, people who haven't seen it, I write lead or ensemble because they're not going to know the role name because they haven't seen it. It's not well known like Streetcar Named Desire, So that's an example. And then training. So training is important. So if you did a workshop with the casting director and you did an on-camera intensive, you did an audition technique class, you did an improv class at UCB, the Pit, Magnet, whatever, put that down. If you held a class and taught a class, like that's cool, put that down too, whatever. If you were an apprentice, like I said, put that down too. Special skills, okay, this is important. People don't know what to put in special skills. So when you have your Actors Access, Casting Network's Backstage profile, the 3 main websites for you to submit for jobs as an actor, okay? Kind of like how people use LinkedIn or Indeed or Monster, whatever. We use these 3 websites as actors and models. So people like to put that they have a license, that they have a lab coat, that they have a corset. Like, okay, those are all great things, but those are most likely going to be on your online profile, so you don't need to waste ink, because ink is actually more expensive than blood. Who knew? I know, right? Weird. So you need to make sure that you're putting skills that are actually important and can be used in auditions. So I've actually talked to a bunch of different casting people. I've been taking a lot of workshops. I have one in less than an hour. And I've asked people what they look for first in the resume. Do they look at the credits? Do they look at the special skills? Whatever. A lot of people, especially in commercial auditions, commercial casting, they will look straight at the special skills first. They won't look at anything else. They want to see who you are not based on their credits, because a lot of times when you're starting out, people are not going to know your credits, so they're going to be like, hey, who is this person in front of me? What can I understand from them besides looking at themselves, besides looking at their headshot and their reel? Because they want to get to know who you are as a person. Because remember, as an actor, you have to know who yourself is, who you are as yourself, before you can play another character. You grounded, have a good sense of self, and all of that. So special skills are important. So if you can name every capital of the country in the world, put that down. If you have teleprompter experience, put that down. If you can type an insane amount of words per minute, more than the average person, put that down. If you have an insane amount of high IQ, write that down. If you can swim, write that. If you're into fitness, write that. If you can roll your R's, if you do stand-up, if you do improv, if you have accents, that's important. Put that down, because you want to think about special skills as what is going to serve me that's going to make me stand out. So special skills, why they're called special. Not everybody has them. So for example, mine are in this order. Remember, in order of most important, most you can actually do it, to not as big of a deal. Degree in neuroscience. Okay, that's unusual. How many actors have that? Not many. I mean, the girl in Big Bang Theory does, and Natalie Portman does have a degree from Harvard, but they're anomalies. Okay, can rap a milli. Yes, this is true. All my close friends know this. I hope you know. I can rap a milli by Lil Wayne on the fly, anytime you need it. With alcohol, without alcohol. No problem, I got you. So that's a special skill, and I actually found that was a special skill. I was in an audition once, and they wanted me to rap because it was like spoken word, and I did it. And they were like, oh my God, you should add that to your resume. And I was like, okay. And 2 weeks ago, I had an audition for an organic food delivery service. And they had me rap Millie. Like, has nothing to do with the service, but they just wanted to get to know me more. And I was like, no problem. This is fun for me. I don't care. So that's that. Stage combat experience. Put that in. Okay, now not related to the industry. If you can, or if you're double jointed, put that in there. If you're... if you can do a crazy Italian accent, okay. If you can speak other languages, this is really useful right now. The industry has changed, and people are really passionate about casting people who aren't just blonde and blue-eyed and size zeros, which is great. Not those people should not be cast. They should be. My mother is blonde and blue-eyed, and she should be cast. She was an actor. But people who are not blonde and blue-eyed, people who are ethnically ambiguous, me, people who are black, people who are people with disabilities, people who are trans, people who are queer, whatever. Everyone needs to be cast, everyone needs to be represented, because the world is not full of one person. It's full of everybody, and everybody needs to be represented in media, because the world needs to know that everybody can be represented. Like, there's not enough Asian American actors. Okay, there's another example. So if you can speak a different language, put that in there. If you're fluent, put that in there. Put fluent in Spanish. If you can have conversational Spanish, put that in there. If you can have conversational Greek, if you can write in Greek, if you can read a different language. Mandarin, I've noticed in the breakdowns, is really, really popular. So if you can speak Mandarin, put that in there. It's useful right now, okay? So these are all really important things. Okay, the headshots on the back, that's a whole nother webinar that we won't get to today. But when you print your resume, you wanna have your headshot and your resume here. And here's a little trick. Okay, make it easy. You want to make the cast people have the least amount of work, because guess what? They don't want to work. They don't want to be flipping, look and search. In the same way that if you're swiping on an online dating profile and you see a guy with 20 million people in the background, do I want to search and look for his face? No, I don't have time for that. Swipe left. Bye, bro. You missed your chance. You made me have to do extra effort. Nobody has time, especially not in New York. So don't make them work. Example. My headshot is horizontal. Vertical, horizontal, it doesn't matter. People like to say it matters. I really don't think it does. Whatever. I mean, people like to argue that if it's a film, because films are widescreen, maybe. I don't really know. So horizontal, I flip it. My name is here. I flip it over. Okay, it's upside down. No, we don't want that. That's more work for them. I know, this is stupid, right? You think these little things. It's the little things that make the actors the working actors. It's the little things that make the actors persevere, and it's the little things that the actors who don't give up actually do it. Because people who give up, they're not gonna do it. Okay, end of story. So, have me, flip it over. Oh look, it's me. I don't have to do any extra handwork, no extra energy spent, we're good. So when you do this, when you have your headshot on your resume, make sure you staple it in a way that's easy, clean cut that amazingly so that there's no weirdness, it doesn't look weird, no double-sided tape, no glue, please, no glue, we don't want that. Make sure it's clean, cut, and professional. This represents you as much as I represent myself in real body, and in the same way that your reel represents you and your website. Branding, it's all about branding. People should know that now with social media. Everything's about branding. Okay, let's get to questions, shall we? We shall. All right. Oh, just so you know where I'm at, like where am I, right? I told you I might have, let me just shout them out again. We are at Latitude Talent Studios, and they're a modeling and acting agency and also marketing service for actors, because what did I just say? Everything is branding. Okay, and there is a camp in Atlanta for Atlanta talent that will be talked about, not by me, but by the creator. If you want to get more info, I guess you can like DM, email, call, message, whatever. All right, so number one rule I need to know about being in the industry. Well, it is an industry of opinion. There really is not one number one rule, but I think the number one rule for me, I mean, this is my opinion, right, is to be true to yourself. It's a Shakespeare quote. I'm not quoting it correctly, but it's in the same ballpark. To make yourself happy, like put yourself first in life. So for me, since graduation, I graduated 2 years ago from college, and it's 2 years, crazy. I have told myself that I will do something creative every single day. Whether that has to do with having an audition, submitting, watching a movie, doing a monologue for fun, writing a new stand-up joke, whatever it is, painting, I don't know. Do something for my soul, right? Because this industry can be hard. It can be taxing. It can make you cry at night. It can make you feel like you're not good enough, whatever. You need to make sure you take care of yourself. Because if you come into audition and you're dripping in sweat and you're having a nervous breakdown, like, I'm sorry, I feel bad for you, and you need to get your life together before you can put yourself out there in an audition room. Like, take care of yourself. If you need to enroll in therapy, everyone should be in therapy. I study neuroscience. You all should be in therapy. Like, do that. If you need to take a moment to breathe before the audition and they're like, can you come in right now? Like, no. My time slot was in 5 minutes. I will come in 5 minutes when I'm ready. I need to take the time to go to the bathroom, to breathe, to literally sit here and do nothing and just collect my own thoughts. That's okay. You don't owe anybody anything in the industry. And guess what? Nobody owes you anything in the industry either. So you got to remember that. Number one thing I'd say is be kind to yourself. Drink water, try to eat healthy, work out, like just be the best person you can be in life. Like, be kind to people. Oh, here's a good rule. Never be nasty to anybody. Never burn any bridges. That's not to say yes to every job that you don't want to do. That's to say that you never know who actually is behind the table. Like, for example, someone who's checking in someone on audition could be the director. They could be playing a weird thing where they just want to see, let's see who the talent is like when they're not in the audition room. There's a saying like you don't actually leave the audition until you leave the building. No, you don't leave the audition until you leave the block. Maybe that subway stop, if you want to go that far. But yeah, you gotta be kind to everybody. You really gotta make sure you know what you're doing. You don't burn any bridges. Just don't be rude. Like, nobody wants a rude person. I mean, yeah, in New York we're sometimes rude, but like not in a arrogant way, I guess. Okay, so those are good rules. Kind to yourself and be nice to everybody, because you never know who anybody is. I want to know how to make yourself look more professional through the resume or comp card. Well, I think I went over that. Make everything clear cut. If you don't have a lot of credits on your resume and it's a lot of white space on the page, that's totally fine. No one expects you to have 30 million credits when you're like fresh out of college, or when you are new to the city and not even gone to college. Like, it's okay. Like, people are not going to expect unrealistic things out of you. You can't expect to be a Tony Award winning actress with lots of years of experience in Shakespeare if you've never taken a Shakespeare class. Like, just be realistic about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, make everything honest, clear cut, true blue. Just be yourself and don't lie. Don't say you can do a cartwheel if you can't, because when the day comes when a casting director is behind the table and says, oh, we actually are maybe using cartwheels in the show. Can I just see one right now? And then you're like, wow, I am frozen and dead. Like, we don't need that. You're going to make yourself look stupid. You don't want to make yourself look stupid. And guess what? If I had an audition, if I'm a casting director and I had an audition, I was holding an audition and an actor came in and I asked him to do a cartwheel and they couldn't do it, I would literally write, this is what I would do. I would literally write, actor could not do what was said on resume. I don't want to see them again. Because if they're lying on the resume, then how can I trust them on set? Just remember, Casting directors are not going to take a risk on you on set if you don't do well in the audition. Meaning, do your work, do your homework, make appointments with yourself to memorize your lines, to know the lines, to go over them, to look at them on the train, look like a crazy person on the train, memorize your lines. Nobody cares. It's New York. Everybody's crazy anyway. I memorized my lines on the train. I talked to myself on the train. I did makeup on the train. Had a New York episode 2 coming to you. But seriously, like, nobody cares. Don't be self-conscious about those kind of things. You gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta take care of yourself. You have to eat, sleep, drink water, memorize your lines, do that. So do not be dishonest. Do not write things on a resume that you cannot do. I cannot stress that enough. That's really important, because if you meet one casting director who sees you're dishonest, they all know each other. Even if they don't physically, even if they have physically met each other in the casting world, they send emails all day and they know each other's names. Like, they all know each other. So it's a small world. I say, big city, small town. That's one of my quotes in my web series. And it's true. Okay? Just making sure we understand that. All right. Is acting hard? How is it with no experience? Ha ha ha. LOL. I mean, everyone's got to start somewhere, right? I'd say if someone has no experience in the acting world, that they should take a class. There's a lot of great teachers in the city. There's a lot of great classes. But the thing is, you don't want to blindly take classes. You want to use your hard-earned money that's worth nothing in this city because everything is so expensive. You want to use your money wisely. You want to target who you're meeting in the right ways. So if you meet a casting director, let's say, who's not casting your type of role right now, but you want to meet them to meet them, okay, maybe. But is that money really well spent? I don't really think so. Unless they're like a huge person in the industry, you know? I think it's better to find a class, you know, you're gonna love, go to the studio, talk to the people who are there, talk to the students, talk to the, get reviews, try to find out people who have been there. See if you vibe with the place. You know, it's like, you wanna make sure you can date this person long-term. Do you wanna spend a good amount of money to date the studio and spend time there and love the studio and learn from them and become part of the studio and put it on your resume? Like, you wanna make sure you vibe with them. So shop around before you spend money on a class if you have no experience. I think everybody should understand that, because, you know, we work too hard. Things are challenging here, and you want to make sure that you're doing the right things for your career, you know? Is it hard? Yeah, everything is hard that's worth doing, I think. That's my opinion. How do you get a resume started? So, yeah, as we know, these are little tricks now I'm going to show you on Microsoft Word, and then we'll wrap it up. 1 second. Okay, please. Okay, here we are. What's up? Okay, so on the resume, right? Here's my resume. We're back. What's up, resume? How you doing? Did you miss me? No, it's an inanimate object. I'm crazy. All right, so here we're at my resume. Okay, so this is a trick. I have spent literally hours working on my resume to make it all fit. It's been pretty annoying, but I'm not gonna say it wasn't worth it, because it was. So here's a trick. Microsoft Word. I don't know about Google Docs. I'm sure they have the same thing. You can probably contact Google, whatever. So the spacing here is very specific. I have this all like single, and I even change this thing. So there's a thing with the paragraph. You can change right here. This paragraph thing. You see that? This thing right here. You all seeing that? Great. This, you can change the spacing of this. And when you change the spacing of this, it will change your resume spacing, and it'll make it so that you can fit more, and then you can manipulate it in the way you really want it. I recommend taking a little picture, another additional headshot I'm putting on the back, because, for example, my headshot, my regular traditional headshot, commercial one, is my regular hair, which is wavy, as we can see. And I actually do look significantly different with my straight hair, I've been told, and I also think so. So when someone sees my headshot and they turn it over and they see this photo, they're like, oh, okay, so she has a different look. It's just a good way for them to be like, okay, versatile, you know, because it's all about who you can be in different contexts, okay? So I just want to make sure that they have to understand the Microsoft Word thing. And then another important thing, this is a model submission, so they ask for a lot of photos. That's why there's a lot. Normally you just send one headshot, which would be this one, and your resume. Now, I want to stress to you, everyone, that it's really important for you to have your resume in a PDF form when you email it out. You don't want your resume in a Word document. Yes, people can change PDFs to Word. I understand the way things are nowadays, but it's important for it to be in PDF, because it just makes you look more professional, and I think it just is better in my experience. PDFs are pretty like standard with business, and you want to make sure you're presenting yourself as the best business person you can be, because as we know, in this industry, am I selling water bottles? Am I selling pens? Am I selling keyboards? No, I am not selling any actual tangible objects. In this industry, I am selling myself, okay? Myself as a product, myself as a brand, myself as an actor, myself as a performance artist, myself as a comedian, myself as a model, myself as everything I am. So I need to take care of myself. I need to make sure I look good on the computer screen. I need to make sure my resume looks amazing. If I spill tea on this, garbage, okay? Done. Do I want to give someone a spilled on water bottle or a pen that doesn't work? No, I do not. Do you want that? No, you don't. So you want to make sure that you are the best product you can be, body, yourself, your branding. So make sure your printed resume looks good, crisp, no smudges, anything like that. If it's rained on, sorry, gotta go. I know it costs money, but you don't want to give someone not the best version of yourself, because why would you? And the resume online, you need to make sure it's good. PDF. This is all I have for you guys. If you want to get in touch with me, you can. I guess I'll shout myself out, whatever. My name is Sophia Guchinov. It's a long one, so get ready. It's SOPHIA GUTCHINOV. And I know that was hard to remember, so it's Sophia Gut Chin OV. It's my Instagram name. I'm also on Facebook under my name. And I got my website. Check out the web series, Had in New York, The Tadpoles on YouTube. Subscribe. But yeah, if you have any questions, like, I love helping people out, and I love, like, I don't know, I love this kind of stuff. I love people learning about the business, because people think that they aren't going to succeed. People think they're stuck, when honestly, you don't even know what you need to know until you know it, until you have someone who can help you. So that's why I'm working with this company, Latitude Talent Studios. I think it's great. It's a great service. They're helping actors, they're helping models, they're getting started, guide their career, do all these things. It's not just about, oh, we're here, you know. No. It's the people who are actually helping people. So yeah, if you guys have any more questions, DM me, just like I'm waiting for Drake to do. But yeah, all right. Peace out. I'm gonna end the Facebook Live first. And yes, and I'm gonna end this one. And